Hey, bless you. What you know what's good? It's your man, Coach Bill William, uh, coming at you, man. I just want to be known as the servant of Christ. Look, I got 8 minutes to get this video posted right in for the day. I'm already a day down, but today we went out serving on in the Moncrief area. We were doing door to door, evangelizing and praying for and interceding for people, interceding for their community. It was a powerful, powerful day. It was strange. This is our second time doing that community, and it didn't go like the first time. But it's just powerful. Look, we in Christ, we already on commission to spread His word. We already instructed to spread the gospel. We are instructed to make disciples. So, you see some of these other, man, religious cats on bicycles or whatever, man, going door to door. But yet, man, we who are in Christ, we Christian folk, as we call ourselves, we can't do it. People, man, last time we came, people were so happy that we came to their doors, like we was giving out Thanksgiving baskets or something, man, and they was just joyous. I'm telling you, it's like that. Put the work in. Look here, I'm going to read chapter 19. I got a few minutes left. When Adonai your God cuts off the nations whose land Adonai your God is giving you, and you take their place and set on their cities and houses, you are to set aside 3 cities for yourselves in your land that Adonai your God is giving you to possess. Divide the territory of your land, which Adonai your God is having you inherit, into 3 parts, and prepare the roads so that any killer can flee to these cities. The killer who will live if he flees is someone who has killed his fellow member of the community by mistake, who did not hate him in the past. An example would be if a man goes into the forest with a neighbor to cut down wood and takes a stroke with an axe to fell a tree, but the head of the axe flies off the handle, hits his neighbor, and kills him. Then he is to flee to one of the cities and live there. Otherwise, the next of kin avenger in the heat of anger may pursue the killer, overtake him because of the distance to the city of the refuge is long, and strike him dead, even though he didn't deserve to die, inasmuch as he hadn't hated him in the past. That is why I am ordering you to set aside for yourselves 3 cities. Now, how about that? Isn't that interesting? God, man, took time to make provision for the accidental killer. Isn't that fascinating? You accidentally bust your boy. He says, all right, I want to take care of that. I don't want you, to get murked by the avenging family member if it was an absolute accident. And then wild, he just makes provisions. If Adonai your God expands your territories, as he swore to your ancestors that he would, gives you all the land as he promised to give you, all the land he promised to give your ancestors, provided you keep and observe all these mitzvah I am giving you today, loving Adonai your God and always following his guides, then you ought to add 3 more cities for yourselves beside these 3, so that innocent blood will not be shed in the land Adonai your God has given you as an inheritance, and thus blood guilt be on you. Verse 11, however, if someone hates his fellow member of the community, lies in wait for him, attacks him, strikes him with a death blow, then flees into one of these cities, then the leaders of his own town are to send and bring him back from there and hand him over to the next of kin avenger to be put to death. You are not to pity him. Rather, you must put an end to the shedding of innocent blood in Israel. Then things will go well with you. You say, okay, the murderer, the premeditated murderer, he don't get no grace. Send the crew, snatch him up, send him back. Verse 14, you are not to move your neighbor's boundary marker from the place where people put it long ago in the heritage soon to be yours in the land Adonai your God has given you to possess. 1 witness alone will not be sufficient to convict a person of any offense or sin of any kind. The matter will be established only if there are 2 or 3 witnesses testifying against him. If a malicious witness comes forward and gives false testimony against someone, then both the men involved in the controversy are to stand before Adonai, before the Kohanim and the judges in the office at the time. The judges are to investigate carefully. If they find that the witnesses are lying and has given false testimony against his brother, you are to do to him what he intended to do to his brother. In this way, you'll put an end to such wickedness among you. Those who remain will hear about it, be afraid, and no longer commit such wickedness among you. Show no pity. Life for life, eye for eye. There it is, fam. Tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. There it is. Verse 21 is the most famous, or at least the portion, right? Eye for eye. But he says, show no pity. Life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. I don't think I ever read that chapter. And it's fuller. So all we do is take the eye for eye. I would say out of context, but even out of context, it still mean the same thing. All right, bless you. Thank you for just hanging out. Thank you for being faithful, getting your time in with Christ, getting his word in between your ears. Bless you, love you, bendiga, baruch, shalom, peace.